So Phil, he has inspired me in so many ways, and specifically around how I look at my life, how I architect my life, and where I was really impeding myself in the past, based on my own stories. And specifically, about 2 years ago, Phil and I were meeting. I was in a place in my business where I was consulting, and it was a really demanding client, and my body physically was shutting down. And I met with Phil, and I was really, really struggling, and he was just in this peaceful place, which is so Phil. And I remember just bringing up all my fears and things that I was really afraid of, and he just reflected back to me, what if you actually were led by your fear? What if fear actually excited you and led you to keep going and challenging yourself to step into a different way of life that you got really excited about? And so it really just got me to a place where I re-examined fear. And I can truly say that I am currently living in a place where anything that feels like a challenge or feels like I'm a little scared, I know that that's the direction that I'm meant to move into. And in that same conversation, I was going on a yoga retreat for a week, and then was going to take another week off to just go and explore and be with myself. And I just felt so gluttonous for doing that, like such a badass. And I remember talking to Phil about it, and he was like, no, you should take 2 months. And I remember, like, inside my body just feeling like, I can't do that. I can't allow myself to do that. Like, I need to come back. I need to look for another contract. Like, all these things, this lack, this deprivation started coming up. And it wasn't until he really helped me reframe my current situation, and that it was the perfect time for me really to go explore, to have an adventure, to let go of a lot of my beliefs that were no longer serving me. And what happened was, that trip was transformational for me, and really gave me the opportunity to see how I wanted to I wanted to completely disrupt my life and live completely differently than I had been. And that by doing that, I was actually stepping into my power, becoming even more authentically myself. And then that way I could attract more of what I actually wanted in my life, where before it was a lot of striving, it was working my ass off. It was all about the money and creating the money in order to build this life I want. And as Phil does such a great job, like, well, what do you want the money for? What kind of life are you creating? What do you want with that? And leading with that instead. And so just helping really get my heart centered and have that leading, as opposed to my brain, which is what I've relied on so heavily, especially living in such a patriarchal society, and being a badass in business and feeling that I need to be more masculine in order to do that. And Phil has really helped me think completely differently in that way, and just break down my life, build a beautiful foundation, and be able to act more fluidly and in alignment with myself. And so I'm super grateful for Phil for helping me get to that place and enjoy the process, as opposed to constantly living in this resistance. So I am so grateful for that.